we are back to Dino's Night Out. We got a little softer music now as we make a transition. We're going to have with us, in just a few short moments, Eric Bosque Pena. I finally got the right pronunciation. I already apologized to our guest. And we're going to get this on the way because he's got quite a bit to say, I think, even though he's kind of reserved and a little on the quiet side. We're going to drag out of him as much as we possibly can. But right now, Eric is running for city council. I think there's 4 open seats right now. So I'm going to let Eric talk a little bit more about that. And go ahead, Eric. Let us introduce yourself to everybody, please.
How's everybody doing? My name is Eric Bosque Pena. I'm running for Elgin City Council. I am by no means a seasoned politician. I've lived in Elgin for the past 30 years. I received my education through the U46 school district, where I met my wife. We're raising 2 amazing kids. One of my daughter's about to graduate Larkin, and she's heading off to NIU to pursue an English major, education major. And my son has just began his high school career also at Larkin. So my wife also graduated from Larkin.
From Larkin, both of you, like you said, I read what you had said and what also is in the print about your 2 children. And one is going to NIU, you're saying?
One's about to go to NIU. Like I said, she's pursuing an English major. She loves to write and read. She wants to be a teacher. I told her that she's got to be very careful in choosing which grade level she wants to teach. But I'm kind of excited for her. She's really, really excited about going to NIU, and we look forward to her time there.
Well, you should be. My son went to NIU as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, a couple of years back there. So that's kind of nice. So, a lot of people want to know. I certainly want to know. Well, I know you're involved in other civic organizations and what have you. You've been working within the community. But why would you want to run for the council?
So the reason I want to run for city council is, number one, there's an open seat. I'm not the type of guy that wants to step on anybody's toes. If somebody feels like they need to finish something that they started, by all means. But another reason I wanted to run was there's not too many people that line up that are from my field. I'm a union laborer, and we don't see too many of these types of men and women who are lining up to do something like this. It's a huge undertaking. I'm way outside of my comfort zone. But that's talking about comfort zone. I want to be able to show, the young generation that if you want to do anything that means anything, you have to step out of your comfort zone. And I hope to be that sort of example. I also want to be the bridge between, some of this infrastructure work that's going on, and how the city's spending the money. Is the city spending the money correctly, putting it where it needs to be? And there's also other issues that I'd like to, put my out of the box type of thinking forward. So,
and what type of initiatives? What do you think Elgin really needs if you're elected? What are one of the things that you say, hey, you know what? This is what we need, and this is what I'm really passionate toward, and I'm going to do what I can to get either the rule, whatever it is, passed.
So my passion is infrastructure. I've worked in infrastructure since 2013. I began infrastructure work as robotic inspection of underground utilities such as water mains, sewer, sanitary. So as one of the big things that is happening right now in Elgin is the lead line replacement. Where's the money coming from? How are we gonna make sure that we reach our goal of 0 lead? Right? We have to figure out where the funds are coming from. There's many revenues that there are many avenues that we can seek and try to get to that goal. So that's one of the things that I'm really passionate about is safe drinking water. And how are we going to get this to Elgin without having to burden Elgin? I mean, we're already going to see an increase in our services for water up until 2030. And we don't want to see any more, right? We want to keep it to where people are comfortable living in Elgin, and want to continue to live in Elgin. We want Elgin to keep growing, and that's what we're doing right now. Is we're really growing. So
Absolutely.
I want to keep seeing that.
And I'm seeing here that you're certified in confined space horizontal rescue. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And also you're OSHA certified.
I got pretty much every OSHA certification that you can throw at me. I decided to become well. It was a group effort. The company that I work for had a fatality in our underground infrastructure work, and we had safety implementations already in place, but I don't think that people were actually taking advantage of what we had. So I took it upon myself to, enforce this sort of safety to get my guys and the guys around me back home. We all have a living, have to make a living, but we also have to be able to come back home to our families. So I decided that that was it. I mean, one was way too much. I was there when it happened, and it was a really sad day for just everybody involved, including the family. But I got horizontal rescue certified, confined space rescue certified. I've also been involved with search and rescue and initiatives like that. So that kind of led into being able to implement safety plans and enforce these safety plans and make sure that the guys that are around me are using these safety measures that our company provides, really.
And then also, from what I'm reading, it says that you're a small business owner as well, and you're dedicated to the underground infrastructure,
Yep.
which is what you've been explaining.
Yep.
But you're the only U.S.-based company
Correct.
contracted by Vapar, V-A-P-A-R,
Vapor.
which I don't know what that is. What does that stand
So
for?
Vapor is a software technology company that uses AI, artificial intelligence, to streamline underground sewer inspections. So a guy like myself would send a robot into the ground and dump this video to a municipality, and then it's up to the municipality to decide, okay, so we need to work on this pipe, or we can't work on this pipe yet. We create sort of a plan for the repair. What AI does is streamlines it. It tells the city where it needs to start implementing the repair plan, if they need a repair plan, and it saves the municipality money in the long run by being able to, like I said, streamline the repair efforts and immediately start working on that. That brings public safety to mind. Many catastrophes have happened where cities neglect their infrastructure, and you get sinkholes. You lose houses, property,
Right.
And this sort of
And that's been increasing throughout the
absolutely.
nation. Yeah.
I mean, we're getting older, right? Our cities are getting
Sure they
older. I've seen the sewer systems here in Elgin. I've actually been allowed to work in them,
Okay.
and they're over 100 years old.
Well, and throughout the years, things will deteriorate.
Absolutely.
Including your piping, your drains, whatever. If those tiles collapse, well, what's going to happen? That ground's going to give way from beneath, and some of those pipelines, how many feet tall? I mean, you could run a truck through some of them.
Not
They're
in Elgin so
large.
much.
I don't mean here, but everywhere else.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I cut my teeth in the underground infrastructure here in Illinois, in the south side of Chicago. In the south side of Chicago, you can literally drive a Mack truck through some of those tunnels, and it's wild what you find out there.
I bet there is.
It's a whole new world, really, like Aladdin, right? But
So you basically have a little bit of an engineering background. You understand what's going to go on with the infrastructure items, probably a little maybe step up of the average person with what you've been through and the
Yeah.
credentials that you have, which
Yeah,
is
you know,
good.
I never got that college education. I got more of a street whammy
Well,
per se,
you
right?
get the technical
Yeah.
education.
So I
Yeah.
put my skills to use every day for
No, that's
sure.
excellent. And understanding that this is an important part. There's other aspects, that are of concern of many of the individuals within this town that would be voting for you. And if you have a question, believe me, now's the time to call 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. Eric wasn't able to make our forum because he was out, I believe, in another either state or country at the time with his trade. So he wasn't able, and it's a shame. He would have been good on the dais when we were having the question
I
and
have to be
answer.
honest with you. I watched the video, and those questions were they were a little they were perplexing to me. I mean, I probably would have been able to answer them, but I'm sure I would have gotten tongue tied
Nah,
as
I think you're
as I'm
doing
feeling
fine.
right now. To be honest.
Nah. But if you want to call in and talk with Eric Bosque Pena, we're at 847-931-1410. But I do want to, and we do have a call in right now. Would be just a few moments. We'll take it. But Tent City is a big problem. Okay, and the city has done a lot of things to improve it, to correct it. A lot of people are more up in arms. What's going to happen after? At least they've made some steps toward the right direction. So, for the homeless population, do you have a solution, suggestion, anything that you would offer as one of the new council
You know, is
individuals?
there a solution to homelessness? There probably is. I think it's going to take more than just 9 people on council to figure it out. I at the beginning of the year, I went to the State of the City address with Mayor Captain, and the one thing that stuck with me was um, he said that our neighboring mayor called him and said, "Hey, we're sending our homeless over to Elgin." Why? Because Elgin has the services that they need. Um, I think one solution would probably be gather all the surrounding cities and say, "Hey, we're taking care of this problem, or at least trying to. We already have initiatives. Help us out." This it takes a village, right? That's what they always say, but they
Absolutely.
never really implement that. And I think reaching out to other mayors and getting them to collaborate, if not with their services or what they have available, with funding that we can use to help put the homeless in a more permanent place to live. I think what the city of Elgin has done with what they have now is awesome, and I want to be able to help, with out of the box type of thinking that it takes to move a city forward. And yeah, I mean it's a tough subject for sure.
Well, homelessness will probably never stop, never end. It's always going to be an ongoing situation. One of the things that a lot have been helping with is, with the mental health, helping getting some of the social services over to right now to Lexington, which was the main focus. But there's other homeless other than those that are at the Lexington, hotel. But we do have a phone caller. Let's hear what they have to say, and they have a question for you. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hi, yes. Since you have a background in the plumbing and stuff, what is your feelings about them removing the dams from the river,
So I mean
and how it will affect what your background is in?
yeah, it's a far-reaching subject, right? I've learned all the pros and all the cons to the removal of the dam or keeping the dam. I think the biggest issue with removing the dam would be the drop in water level when it comes to our water intake. It would cost the numbers that I've been getting aren't there. I don't think they're set in stone or in concrete, but they're somewhere upwards of $30 million, and that's just tentative. Having a background in heavy construction, I know that's just a number that they've thrown out. Once construction actually starts happening, the amount may increase, and that's an equivalent to more taxes and a bigger burden on our residents. Um, the pros would be, cleaner water, less less chemicals in our water to begin with, to treat it, and the ecology would come back. The fish would start um, coming back to their natural habitats. It would be a natural river flow. So I mean, I would say I'm not sure if I've reached a verdict on whether I would be for it or against it, because both are very they're very contentious, right? I would say that we need the entire voice of the city to come up with a solution instead of just leaving it up to 9 people to come up with a solution for a city that with 120,000 people.
Does that answer your question, Rita?
Yes and no, but I feel the wildlife is around the river. We have beaver, we have the birds, the other wildlife, and not only that, they did that to the DuPage River, and now it's nothing more than a mosquito stream. And that's what will happen here. We'll have nothing but, puddles.
You're talking like a dried up riverbed, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I was just out at in Carpentersville cleaning the shoreline, and there's a lot more shoreline than there is river. I do agree with that. A lot of the things that didn't get taken into account for was droughts. We deal with droughts ourselves, and that would, if we were to remove the dam, that would absolutely make us have to replace the intake.
And there's that
water.
picture. If I could interrupt you, those of you watching on the YouTube, you had posted something in October of 2024.
So Bosque for Elgin, everybody confuses me for Bosque for Elgin, but that's actually my brother.
Okay.
So my brother ran for highway commissioner for Elgin Township, and I've gotten a lot of heat about that. But my brother's really passionate about a lot of things, and saving the river is one of the things that he's really passionate about.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. We need to leave the dams in.
Okay.
And that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Rita.
you.
You know, one of the things that I do find a little refreshing, Eric, if you mind, I just don't call you Eric.
Sure.
And it's you sound like maybe you have a path of getting elected. Maybe you want to be one of the council people, but I hear that you want to work with the other council members.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that speaks volumes, I think, more than anything. You had told me, hey, look, I'm a man of a few words. I don't know what we're here to talk about, and I want to give my best image of me, and you are. And I think what I'm pulling out of it, right off the get-go is, you're a man that wants to work with whomever you're working with side by side, if you're so fortunate enough to be elected.
Sure.
And how would people reach you, like your website, so they don't get the wrong one?
So my website is Eric, ERIK, 4, the number 4, Elgin, .com, or the Facebook page is Bosque Pena for City Council. I had to think about that one.
So that's
I'm not-
BOSQUEPENA for
City Council.
for City Council.
Correct.
I
Yeah, I live by the philosophy of, a fool by his speech, and you know a wise man by his silence. But sometimes you have to speak up. There's no real way around it, and I've realized running for city council that there's more than one time that you're gonna have to
Sure.
speak up, and
Yeah.
I'm really great with a one-on-one. The forums just throw me like completely wildly off.
It's
but-
just me and you talking in a room.
yeah, no,
I mean, sure, we have a lot of people listening, and that's
Right.
great. But I think, honestly, the fact that you want to work together, they always, my lieutenant on the police department said, better to remain silent and judged a fool than open your mouth and remove all doubt.
correct.
So a lot
about
of truth to what you're saying. But I'm going to just still say, I like the fact that you're willing to work together with somebody else to get the job
And
done.
I'll touch on that. my background in construction, I deal with all types of personalities. I mean, you name it, I've dealt with it. And you have to be able to uh, understand what the weakness and the strength is in that person that you're working alongside with, so that you're able to set them up for success instead of putting them in a failure type
Exactly.
of position. So I
Right.
mean, I'm all about pushing somebody to do the best that they can and not something that's outside of their comfort zone.
Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. I mean, just the way you're speaking that way. I mean, that's awesome. What other type of, organizations are you involved with within the city of Elgin right now?
So in 2011, I joined Fraternal Lodge. It's Elgin Lodge number 117, and I always get scolded by the elders in that fraternity because they want me to say Elgin Masonic Lodge number 117. It is a Masonic fraternity, but it's a charity organization, and since 2011, I've held past leadership roles within that fraternity. Our motto is making good men better. And one of the things that they taught me was to stand in front of a crowd and speak to people. But again, those are all my brothers, right? So it's a little more, I'm a little more comfortable talking to people that I know. Um, Another organization that me and 5 other members of the community started is called Friends of Masons. It's a 501c3, and our goal is simple. We want to raise as much money as we can to give scholarships to Elgin students, and not just the students that are graduating high school. We want to be able to give folks who are looking for a career change and are a lot older. We want to be able to give them an opportunity to receive a scholarship to go to ECC or whatever any other trade school that they so choose, as long as it's accredited. And last year was our first year that we were able to give two scholarships to Elgin High School students, which was, I mean, the feeling is just the greatest thing, right? Being able to give somebody a chance to, and now knowing what it cost my daughter to go to school, I'm glad there's
hear ya.
organizations that are out there doing this, and I'm also proud to be able to do this for our city.
Beautiful. And you're going to have to be speaking in front of a lot more people than other your brothers. I know you're aware of that. So we're probably going to get to the top of the hour in just a few moments. If someone tuning in, and I just want you to be able to say, why would anybody want to vote for you for councilman for the city of Elgin? I mean, just give it what you feel in your heart. What do you think would be, I know you've addressed some of your strong suits, but just if you were to condense it, and you're just in front now, your brothers from the Masonic Temple, what is it that you would say to everybody?
What I want to say is everybody wants somebody up on the dais that's transparent, somebody that they can rely on and say, hey, I have a problem. I can be that type of person. I just received an email not too long ago with a request for me to give them a call, and I gave them a call immediately. They were shocked, but that's the type of person I am. I'm very straightforward. You need something to get done, I'll more than likely get it, look into it for you guys. So.
Well, you can't be no more honest than that. We thank you very much for being on the show. Everybody, this is Eric Bosque Pena, and he is running for city councilman right here in Elgin. He's asking you for his vote. He's given some explanations and things that he feels he's going to be able to be a part of. He wants to work with all the council members, and that says a lot for his character, I think, and for the man he is. So you're listening to WRMN 1410 right here in downtown Elgin. So tune into YouTube, like us, subscribe. Doesn't cost you nothing. Tune in again because we're going to ask Eric to come back. Thank you very much. WRMN 1410.
Challenges you face, and
Thanks a
we're
lot,
here
guys.
to help.
With US Med, I can finally manage my diabetes without it managing me.
US Med offers a wide range of services to simplify your diabetes care. Personalized care plans, convenient access to